on Assumption.
Okay. So from downtown, no good. Rebound by Malik Mills.
And he did a great job of boxing out the big guy, Jarrell Martin, that time. He grabbed that rebound.
Boy, Smith slips to the ground. That could not have felt good. He does get the ball off in time. Jenkins passes to Martin. Martin tries to go baseline. He's kind of trapped. Nice pass by Martin, finding Lazard. Lazard gets his own rebound, goes up again, no good. Personally, I thought that should have been a foul, but with a margin like this, why ask why? Mills bounces over. Mills passes high. Brown goes, get that out of here. Yerrick Lazard with the block shot. Passes, Malik Mills from downtown, rims out no good. Dwayne Dinkins gets the ball back, 3:56 to go in the ball game. So Dinkins gets the rebound. Passes to Chad Williams. Williams goes over, and Martin is relieved of the ball. Wow, he was relieved of the ball by Coy Smith, but they're going to say that Martin lost it out of bounds.
It looked to me like the young man hit the ball out of bounds. It must have rolled off of Jarrell Martin before it went out of bounds.
But it
was clearly deflected.
Your guess is as good as mine, Perry. Yeah, well, again, our eyes are over here and their eyes were everywhere but. And we can see, actually, the deflection happened where his back was to the officials. So I don't know if that was good gamesmanship or just fortuitous positioning for Assumption, but nonetheless, they got the ball back.
All right.
And moot point because Madison Prep has possession, no points for Assumption. Dwayne Dinkins dribbling down, 3:27 to go in the game. Jenkins, and looks like he was pushed. What's the call? Well, that's going the other way. So it looks like that's going to come right back to Assumption.
I don't know what that call was.
Yeah,
I didn't see a signal.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Was it timeout call? I don't know.
No, he called. They pointed the other way before they gave the timeout to Madison Prep.
Well, I'm curious as to what happened there. He's saying a
kickball.
Okay.
Kickball.
So the ball was kicked. That must have been settled. It must have bounced right back into the ball in his hand.
That couldn't be it. That couldn't be it because when you have a kickball, you stay on the same. Well, I don't know. Maybe the offense kicked the ball because we're going the other way now.
Yeah. So yeah. It's good funny. I didn't stop to think of the very obvious there, but well, it doesn't matter. Assumption has it. The Zebras have the last word on that.
That's right.
3:19 to go in the ball game. Madison Prep comfortably on top, 48-33. With the ball is Michael Muse. Muse swings it over to Bell. Bell back to Muse. Muse to Bell. Bell all the way over to Brown. Brown, good movement there to Mills. He sets up Jordan Bell from downtown. Rims out no good. Rebound. Mills couldn't hang on and loses it out of bounds.
He tried to get that shot up before Jarrell Martin came over. He knew Jarrell Martin was coming, and he lost it on the way up.
He definitely fired the right weapon. It just didn't work for him. But that was his probably only strategy, not being rejected. So Chad Williams with the ball. He's being guarded by Muse. I'll tell you, just to watch Madison Prep, they're so well coached. Just everybody knows their role. Everybody executes it. I mean, this is such a good team, and I hope these young men realize how special this is that they belong to, because you don't get opportunities like this in sports or even in life, for that matter, every day.
Actually, Eric, I think they do, and that's straight from their leader. Speaking to Coach Jones about the Dallas trip, you know, Preston Wood was ranked 3rd in the nation.
Whoa. Did not know that, Perry.
3rd in the nation.
And we traded blows at them.
Lost to them by a total of 7 points, and our all-state player didn't score at all. Yep. So they really feel like they've got a good squad here and that they can play with anybody in the country.
And, you know, that exhibition in Texas is just going to make them better. I think you can see it just... Oh, Sterling. Good job by Joshua Brown with the steal. I'll tell you, Assumption's not going to win this game or even come close, but they just don't quit.
They don't quit.
Rebound by Dwayne Dinkins on the miss by Kenyatta Charles. Yeah, to your point, they just look so crisp. You watch the way they're moving. Everyone knows their role. The only mistakes they made, they shot themselves from the foot almost out of Borden. Oh, Garner tried to get the alley-oop to Martin. He couldn't quite put it in the hole.
I like the thought, though.
And Nice job by, I've been impressed with Malik Mills. He's really had a nose for the ball throughout this entire game. He and Jordan Bell have really helped keep this score respectable, 48-35, here in the fourth quarter.
That's a total of 12 points and 4 rebounds for Malik Mills.
Good job by that young man. I would assume it's probably got to be one of the last stoppages of play of the game with 1:19 to go and Madison Prep up by 13 points. So a nice crowd here for a Wednesday evening across the river, having to climb over Baton Rouge area traffic, as I can attest to personally. There's looking at the section to your left on your screen. There are not a lot of empty seats. The only ones in your eye into the gym. And on the right side, which you can't see on your screen, I'd say it's about a good halfway full.
Oh yeah, Bruley High supports the Bruley community supports their basketball team as well as their football team. And you have a couple of West Bank teams playing. Port Allen played earlier.
Right.
So there's a huge interest over here in the area. I think White Castle plays later on tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, if you are a high school sports junkie or if you're a recruiting junkie, you definitely either watching on LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com or here in person, you're getting your treat tonight. You've watched just a good sound game by Jarrell Martin.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Eric, the Chargers received some very nice write-ups from the scouting services from the trip in Dallas. Scouts.com, Rivals.com, all were very favorable to a lot of the Charger players.
That's good to hear because I'll tell you, even though they went 0 for 2, they played very stiff competition, and there were some moments, particularly in the Soto game, and we were winning it. Were we winning at the half?
Yes, we were.
Yes, I mean, there was some good play out there. And Ruben Verlaine, that's his first dot in the stats book tonight with a rebound. Good for him. And I remember Jeff Jones addressing the team after the game, saying, Ruben has a chance where he could contribute this year, even though he hasn't played much before, but he's got to step his game up. He's got to see more zip out of him. Brandon Sampson went up with a J, and he was fouled hard by, I think that was Joshua Brown, 24. Is that who picked up the foul? Sure was. With the hack, that would have been a nasty dunk if he put that through. But, he said Ruben Verlaine had to step his game up, and, I'm going to paraphrase for Coach Jones because I forget. Not that he said anything naughty, but I forgot his exact words.
Okay.
But something to the effect of, you might have some athleticism, you might be good, this, that, and the other. You might have been playing football, but when you're on our team, you got to step it up to play Madison Prep basketball. To get on the court with that Madison Prep football, I need to see more out of you. That was the message I took away. And I can already guess by the fact we've seen Ruben out there a couple of times tonight. We saw him hustle for that rebound, but maybe he's shown that in practice over the last couple of days. Yorick Lazard, nice move to the bucket, and he's going to get the walk. It's a real nice move to the bucket when you get an extra step, isn't it?
You know what, Eric? I'm wondering what Dedrick Freeman did to get in the coaching staff's doghouse.
Yeah,
he has not touched the floor at all this evening.
And he played solid. Yeah. There's always, when you're dealing with kids, Perry, you know this, there's always something.
There's something.
5 seconds to go. Yorick Lazard might get a chance to go slam, bam, jam, instead of get the roll. Had a stat line, and that's the end of the game. Puts Madison Prep over the half-century mark. The final score, your Madison Prep Chargers, 51. Assumption, 35. That is the final score here on LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com. But stay tuned as we have some bonus coverage here on Louisiana All-American Sports. You want to cover that one? We're already here. So we have some bonus coverage coming for you on Louisiana All-American Sports. As Jarrell Martin had
a total of 16 points, 7 rebounds.
So 16 and 7. So couldn't quite get the double-double, but hey, we're not going to complain. Now, who we have next? It was East Riverville and Bruley High. So yeah, that's going to be a little activity here in the gym coming up in about 20 minutes here on LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com. Perry, any reflections before we take an intermission before the next game?
Yeah, the Chargers are playing very good basketball. They had some lulls. It wasn't a complete game by this Madison Prep Charger team, but in spurts, they looked like they could beat the world. So I'm sure the coaching staff will get on them about consistency and being more attentive and keeping the intensity flowing throughout the entire game.
Well, that was one heck of a game, and just to, heck of an effort in spite of some of the lows. I guess the lows were uninspiring, but you had an uninspiring situation, and the highs were pretty high. And, Prep still got 50 points when it was all said and done. And, I wonder who that's coming out. That sounds like the home team, really high.
Home team.
We should have rosters on these guys, right?
We have a roster on East Iberville, but I don't on Brew.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. One more time for the Twitter sphere. Jerome Martin finished with
a total of 16 points, 7 rebounds.
All right. How many block shots did we track that?
I didn't track that.
Okay. I counted.
Normally, your memory is good enough to keep those.
I've gotten spoiled, Perry, with you here keeping all the stats. So we have Brewley High coming out, and just stay tuned with us here on LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com. We have some good basketball action coming up to you next. I guess what these folks here in Brewley might call the main event as they get ready to take on their opponents from up the road in East Iberville here in LouisianaAllAmericanSports.com. Stay tuned as we'll be back to basketball action in 18 minutes.